Hello everyone. So today we are here with another important topic of growth and decay model in applied maths, and we have applications of growth and decay model in mathematics as well. But for applied math students we are taking these questions from RD Sharma, and same type of questions we have for mathematics students also. And it's a very important topic as we are in boards going to have the questions based on case studies and all. So this application based questions are very important from board perspective because case studies can easily be formed from this. So it's a part of differential equation applications, and it is also known as growth and decay model. Right? So we are going to have the word problems. Based on that, we are going to solve it. Easily case studies can be formed, as I said. So please pay attention to that, and I hope you all will understand it well. Let's start with it. Now, as I just said, we are going to take the questions from Applied Maths, R.D. Sharma. So, we have the questions from their exercise, right? Now, a population grows at the rate of 5% per year. How long does it take for the population to double? Now, let's start from the scratch. How to form the function, first of all. So, population is growing at the rate of 5% per year. Suppose the population number we are denoting with P. So your population is changing with time, right? So dp by dt, it grows at the rate of 5% per year. How is your population changing with year to year or with time? So it is 5%. 5% of what? 5% of the total population. This is how your population is growing. So now you have to form a differential. This is a differential equation which we have formed. Now you have to solve it and tell in how much time will it double. So 5% से अगर ग्रो करता जा रहा है तो कितने टाइम में वो डबल हो जाएगा. Okay, now let's make it to the variable separable form as we do for differential equation. So 5 by 100 dt. So this is variable separable form. Now we will integrate both the sides. So here we get log p is 5 by 100 t plus c. Now here c is very important to be written because now we have to find the value of c. Now we will take the cases, right? Let's take the case 1 when initial population is suppose p0, because it's not given anywhere what's the initial population, we just have to find out the time it takes to double. So let's initial population is 0, so उस टाइम पे टाइम कितना होगा 0 होगा. तो c का वैल्यू क्या बन जाएगा log p0 is equal to 0 plus c. So c is log p0. So that's your c value. Now the case 2 will be what? We have to show when it will become double. So p will be 2p0. That is initial value अगर p0 था तो अभी 2p0. आप 100 से भी solve कर सकते हो कि initially अगर 100 था तो अभी 200 कब हो जाएगा. Then also you will get the same answer. Right? So time we have to find. So let's put it in this equation now and c का value we will also put. So log p की जगह क्या आएगा 2p0 हमें नया चाहिए value 5 by 100 t plus log p0. Now we will take the terms of log on one side. So what's the property? Log a minus log b क्या होता है? Log a by b. So we are going to use this property here. Okay. So what will you get? Log 2p0 upon p0. So p0 cancels out. 5 by 100 is 1 by 20 t. So what's your final answer? The final answer is t is equal to 20 log 2. Log 2 का value if given in the question you have to use, otherwise leave your answer here. 20 log 2 years में your population will be doubled if it is growing at the rate of 5% per year. If they want you to put the value, they will give you the value. So no worries for that. You don't need to use the log table unnecessarily. You're not going to ask anyone for the log table. If it is given, use it. Okay, now let's take another. The rate of population the rate of growth of population is proportional to the number present, right? Let's make it. The rate of growth of population is proportional to the number present. If the population of the city doubled in last 25 years and the present population is 1 lakh, now, when will city have a population of 5 lakh, right? So that's a simple question. Now here, what are we going to do? So we are going to make the equations again, correct? So अभी हमारे पास जो condition है उसके according we have to move ahead. That is the first line. The rate of growth of population is proportional to the number present. पहले क्वेश्चन में 5% से ग्रो हो रहा था, अभी इट इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू द नंबर प्रेजेंट। हमें रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ नहीं दिया है, हमें सिर्फ दिया है सपोज आई एम टेकिंग द पॉपुलेशन अगेन बाय डीपी बाय डी and it is proportional to what? The number present. What is P here? P is number of population. Correct? That is the number present. Now, if the population of the city doubled in last 25 years or present population is 1 lakh, कितना होगा 5 lakh? कब किस time में? Right? Now, first let's solve this equation. Now, whenever we remove this proportionality sign, we have to introduce an equal to sign to solve it. So, your equation will be written like this. Now, let's make it to the variable separable form. And integrate both the sides. So what will be your answer? Log P kt plus C. Now here two constants are there, C and K. So we are going to use the conditions now. Let's use the cases now. Now let's use first case. Initial population आपको कितना दिया गया है इस केस में? Initial population is given 1 lakh. Let's use it. So 10000, right? So initial population is this, time 0. So now what will be C? Let's put these values. So C का value हो गया log of 1 lakh. Correct? Now this is what you have here. Now what are we going to do? We are going to find the value of K, and that we will do with case 2. Okay, let's use case 2 now. What's the case 2? Case 2 is population of the city doubled in last 25 years. 25 years में वो double हो जा रहा है. If it is getting doubled, P is 25. So now your P will be 2 lakh. Your P will be 2 lakh. Let's solve it. 25K. In place of T, we'll put 25 plus log 1 lakh, which is the value of C. Correct? Now, what's the point? We will again use the same property of log A minus log B. What is log A minus log B? Log A upon B. So let's take the terms of log on one side. So what's the value of K? So K का value आ जाएगा हमारे पास 1 upon 25 log 2. Correct? This is the value of K that we are getting now. Now the third condition. The third condition will be when will the population be 5 lakh. So that is what we have to calculate the time, and your population is given 5 lakh. Right? Now let's calculate it. So now log 5 lakh. Your value of K T plus C का value log 1 lakh. K का value भी हम put करेंगे. Right? Now what will you get? Again the same property. You will take the log term on the left hand side. So it will become log 5 lakh by 1 lakh, which is log 5. Same property we are using everywhere. If you practice 4-5 questions also, you will learn the steps. It's like that. What is K? K is 1 by 25 log 2 T. So what will you get now? Log 5. 25 we can take it here is equal to log 2 T. Right? Now what is given? Here values are given to you. So now we have to use these values to find the per particular value of t. We can't leave the answer in log 5 and log 2. Okay, now let's substitute these values. Log 5 is given how much? 1.609. Log 2 will come this side, 0.6931. Let's put up the decimals. Correct? Now that will be the value of t. So what will you get? 1.69609. Okay. Now, 25 into 1.609 upon 0.6931. Let's do the calculations. Here I don't have, I'll do it in rough. So, 25 into 1609 upon 6931. Okay, now let's do this calculation. So, I am getting approximately 58.03 years. So, you can say 58 years. So this is how we calculate and how do we use the values. You will not use any value, neither you will ask anyone for the table. If value is given in the question, use it. और दिया है तो यूज भी करना है उसी फॉर्म में you have to calculate. Don't convert all this into exponent form. If log is given, use log. Okay, now we'll see the question जिसमें exponential given है आगे. There we are going to convert it into exponents. Right? Clear this question to everyone? Now let's move on to the next. Now here no value is given, right? कुछ हमें नहीं दिया है, so we will leave the answer in log. So in a culture, the bacteria count is 1 lakh. The number is increased by 10% in 2 hours. In how many hours will the count reach 2 lakh? If the rate of growth of bacteria is proportional to the number present. Now it's a similar question which we had before. The only thing is no values are given here और थोड़ा सा percentage में increase हो रहा है. But the basic equation will go on with this. If the rate of growth of bacteria is proportional to the number present. So let the initial number be n and it is proportional to this. So what is n? Number of bacteria. Correct? So now let's remove this proportionality sign and introduce a constant k. So now let's move it to this variable separable form and integrate both the sides. Now these steps are common in you will see in all the questions. और यहाँ पे increase है जहाँ decrease होगा बस difference क्या आता है we introduce k as minus k. That's the only difference. For increase positive, for decrease negative. So now let's take the condition log n is equal to kt plus c. Now this is our equation. So case study में ये एक question हो सकता है frame the equation. Differential equation को हटाइए और curve का equation लाइए and then use the conditions in case studies. Now the first is initial count is given 1 lakh. Initial count is given 1 lakh means when t is 0, your bacteria count is 1 lakh and that will give us the first condition of C. So C will be what? Log 1 lakh. Correct? Because 0 plus C is C. So this is the first condition. Now what's the second condition? It grows by 10% in 2 hours. So 10% in 2 hours. What will you get then? So new n will be what? 1 lakh plus 10% of 1 lakh. So that will become how much? 1 lakh 10,000. Correct? So that's our new bacteria count. And in how many hours? 2 hours. This will help us in getting the value of K. Correct? Here no value is given, so log में हम answer leave out करेंगे. But before that, we have to find K and C. So now, what will be the answer? Log 1 lakh 10,000 and that will be equal to K and 2 plus log 1 lakh. So what will you get? Again, you use the property, take the terms 1 lakh 10,000 upon 1 lakh. Right? So 11 by 10. Leave it as it is. 2k. So k ka value you will get 1 upon 2 log 10, 11 by 10. Okay, so I'll take 2 to this side. It will become like this. Now k ka value ho gaya, c ka value ho gaya. Now we will use the last condition. In how many hours will the count reach 2 lakh? So we have to find time and the final count is 2 lakh now. So log, we use the third condition now. Log, this is the third condition. Okay, this is second condition and this is first condition. Now the third condition is log 2 lakh. K, T and log 1 lakh. Correct? So again we will take the terms of log on one side and everything. So what we will get? Log 2 lakh by 10 lakh, 1 lakh. We will get log 2. You can take 2 to the other side and multiply it. So what will you get? 2 log 2. Correct. So T will be what? 2 log 2 upon log of 11 by 10. So that's your final answer. So weird now, but it's okay. They have not given you any value, you are not going to use it. So 2 log 2 upon log of 11 by 10. Leave the answer as it is. No need to simplify. Right? So this is how do we solve these questions. Till now we were using the value of log or we were solving without log. Now we will move to exponential form also. Now here the value is given in exponents also. So we have to go according to that. Now let's frame the equation first. If the interest is compounded continuously at 6% per annum, how much worth rupees 1000 will be after 10 years? And how long will it take to double rupees 1000? Simple question है. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट से भी हो सकता है, ऑफ कोर्स हो सकता है, बट कंटिन्यूअसली कंपाउंड हो रहा है. Correct? Keep that thing in mind. So if the interest is compounded continuously at 6% per annum, so let's frame. So your initial amount was P, suppose. So dp by dt is proportional to how much? Here let's do it directly because it's proportional की जगह हमें 6% fixed rate दिया हुआ है. So K is given as 6% already. So now let's say separate it out. 6 by 100 dt. Let's do the integration both sides. Okay, so what will you get? Log p plus, sorry, is equal to 6 by 100 t plus c, right? So that is our final equation. Now nothing is given to you, only c has to be found. Now let's use the conditions. How much worth rupees 10,000 will be after 10 years, and how long will it take to double rupees 1000? So दो condition हमें निकालनी है. Okay, we have to find it out. So case study के लिए perfect question है. This is how they make up the parts. First question part will be equation, so that is 1 mark. Then second condition 1 mark, then next condition 2 mark. Anything they can make like that. So now let's make up the conditions. First let's find C. So case 1 let's take. So your initial is 1000 rupees, time is 0. So log 1000, you put t as 0, so c ka value you will get directly log 1000. That's it. Now we will solve the other two conditions. Now let's solve it. How much worth rupees 1000 will be after 10 years? So p we have to find, and t is 10 years. So log p, 6 by 100 into 10 plus log 1000. अभी हमारे पास क्या करना है देखिए. 6 by 10. Okay, now take the terms of log on one side, so we get log p by 1000, and here we get zero point 0.6. What to do now? Exponential zero point 0.6 is given to you. Now we will convert this log into exponents. What is the relation? Log x अगर y के equal होता है तो exponents क्या होता है? X exponential y. This relation I think will be clear to all of you. और अगर नहीं है, please note it down very carefully. Highlight करके कहीं भी लिख लीजिए, अपने कमरे में लगा लीजिए. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मैथमेटिक्स. log x is equal to y, so x is equal to exponential y. So what will you get? P upon 1000 is equal to exponential 0.6. So now we are going to use the value given here. Exponential 0.6 is 1.822. So what will be P? P will be 1.822 into 1000. So what will it give you? It will give you 1822 rupees. And that is our principal. So initially 1000 था, 10 साल के बाद कितना हो जाएगा? 1822. So that is what the first case goes. Now how long will it take to double? तो अभी हमें 1822 तो मिल रहा है 10 साल में, बट कितने साल के बाद हमें 2000 रुपीज मिलेंगे? डबल करना है ना हमको. लेट्स डू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. So now let's take 2000, डबल करना है. टाइम वी हैव टू फाइंड, सो वी विल गेट 6 by 100 into t and log 1000. सेकेंड बार का कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू यूज दैट वैल्यू एनीवे. नाउ लेट्स सॉल्व इट. So again we take the terms of log on one side. So log a by b, it will be 6 by 100 t. Log 2, correct? Now you get log 2, 6 by 100 into t. Now log 2 का वैल्यू we will use. देखिए सारे वैल्यूज यूज हो गए. So 0.6931 into 100 upon 6. That is t. Correct? Now let's use this value. So 69.31 हो जाएगा and we have to divide it by 6. So let's do 69.31 divided by 6. So what will you get? You will get something in 11. Okay. 1.5 something it will come. 55. Correct? Years. Or you can say in 12 years approximately we will double the value. So this is what is the use of the given values and how do we use it. That's the main part. Otherwise, leave your answer, no need to take any pressure. See, if you start the question, it's going to be very simple every time. Not even a single time we are getting a complicated equation. Just keep that thing in mind. Let's move to the next. The rate of increase in number of bacteria is proportional to the number present. Given the number triples in 5 hours, find how many bacteria will be present after 10 hours. Also find the time necessary for the number of bacteria to be 10 times the number of initial present. Here also few values are given to you, so we have to use it. Clear? Now let's start this question. Now here a very simple thing is given to you, that rate of increase in number of bacteria is proportional to the number present. So now let's take the initial count. So let the initial bacteria count is n. So right, so it is proportional to the number present. So it's a simple equation now, that is dn by dt is proportional to n. What is n? The number of bacteria present. How much we are taking? N. Okay, now let's separate it out and remove the proportionality sign. So we get kn here. So now let's separate it and do the integration, right? So k dt का भी integration होगा. So here we get log n is equal to kt plus c. देखिए इससे इजी इक्वेशन कुछ नहीं हो सकता. It's a simple thing that we are doing here. Now let's find c first. Now we have been given that the initial count हमारे पास क्या है, that वो हमें नहीं पता है यहाँ पे. So let's find c first. Now what is given to you, the important thing is rate of increase of the number of bacteria is proportional to the number present. और condition क्या है? नंबर ट्रिपल्स इन 5 आवर्स. तो पहले तो इनिशियल काउंट ले लेते हैं. सो लेट इनिशियली एन बी एन जीरो. जब टाइम जीरो होगा, सो उससे हमारा सी का वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगा स्टूडेंट्स? लॉग ऑफ एन जीरो इज सी. What we will get the value of c? Log of n0 will be c, because t we will put 0. Now let's make it the next part. Now case 1 will be what? Number triples in 5 hours. If number triples in 5 hours, so आपका जो count है it will become 3 times of the given value, right? And in how much time? T is 5. Now let's find it. Log of 3 and 0 is equal to 5k plus log of n0. Now let's take the terms of log on one side. So log 3 n0 upon n0. It will cut out with the initial value. So now you get k ka value. Now log 3 ka value is given to you here. We will put it afterwards. So k is 1 upon 5 log 3. जब हम solve करेंगे तभी हम इसको put कर लेंगे. If you want to put it right now, you can do that also. Now let's move on with the conditions. How many bacteria will be present after 10 hours? So time is given to you 10 hours. And we have to find n. So log n is k into 10 plus log n0. Now log n by n0 is equal to 1 by 5 log 3 and into 10. So what do you get here? 2 log 3, which can be written as log n by n0 2 log 3. Correct? So now let's solve the value. Now see here. Log 3 ka value we will put now. So 2 into 1.0986. So what will you get? 2 6 are 12, and here we get 7, here we get 9, 2.1972. And this is the value of log n by n0. Now just see, here you have been given the value of exponential. What have you been given? Exponential. So exponents का value आपको given है अभी. So now convert log into exponents. Okay, convert log into exponents. So what will you get? N by n0 is equal to exponential 2.197. Right? Exact value we are getting. So now if you put this value, n by n0 is 9. So it means your new count will be 9 times of the initial count. So what will be the answer for the next part? How many bacteria will be present after 10 hours? 9 times. Correct? So that is what we have. So this is 9 times the answer. Now let's do the last part. Time necessary for the number of bacteria to be present 10 times the initial. So your numbers has to be 10 times the initial. You have to find T. So log 10 N0 K T plus log N0. Let's put the values. K ka value we'll put later on. So log 10 N0 by N0 is equal to K. What is the value of K? 1 by 5 log 3 and into T. This is what we are getting. Right? Now let's move on with this. So 5 log 10 upon log 3 is T. Right? So log 3 ka value you know 1.0986. If you want to put it, put it. Otherwise, just leave your answer there and give it. So if you put it, suppose 1.0986 into log 10. Log 10 we don't know, so we can't use it. Just if you want to divide it, you can. So something you will get. So this is how we put up the answer. So this is how do we get and solve these answers. See, these are very important questions for case studies, and easily you will get 100% in these. So 100% you should practice these questions because it has very very easy calculations. Clear? Now let's move on to the next. The population of a city increases at a rate proportional to the number of inhabitants present at any time t. If the population of the city is 2 lakh in 1990, it will be and 2 lakh 50,000 in 2000. What will be the population in 2010? Okay, now let's move on with this. So population, again the rate is same, proportional to the number of inhabitants. Here we are taking the number of inhabitants as p. Now let's separate it out. Removes the equal to sign and integrate it. Okay, so log p is equal to kt plus c. So that's your initial condition. Clear? Now let's move on. So now c का value. इनिशियली आपका पॉपुलेशन कितना है 2 लाख इन 1990. आप चाहे तो 1990 से कैलकुलेशन करिए या फिर आप 1990 पे यू कैन टेक इट एज T0. तो इजी हो जाएगा थोड़ा कैलकुलेशन. सो जब इनिशियली हमारा टेम्परेचर सॉरी टाइम 1990 में है, सो लेट्स टेक इट 0. सो नाउ योर P इज 2 lakh. So C will be what? Log 2 lakh. Now अगर आप 1990 को 0 ले रहे हैं तो 2000 के लिए क्या लेंगे? 10. Now your population has grown up to 2 lakh 50,000. So now log 2 lakh 50,000 is equal to 10k. From where have we got log 2 lakh? C ka value. Now you are used to it, right? We have done so many questions. So 5 by 4 we are getting. So log 5 by 4, 1 upon 10, that will be the value of k. Right? So this is what we have got for the second condition. Now what will be the population in 2010? So 2010 में population कितना होगा? So now your 2 is sorry, time is 20 years. Correct? 1990 से 2010 कितना time हो गया? 20 years. We have to find P. So log P 20k plus log C. C is 2 lakh. Correct? So now let's calculate. Log P by 2 lakh is equal to 20, and what's your K? 1 by 10 log 5 by 4. So 2 times. Okay, now let's use the property of log. एक और property हम यहाँ पे जो log का use करेंगे, that is a log b is what? A log b is log b raised to a. Right? Now let's do it. P by 2 lakh 25 by 16. Can anyone make me out? We have just squared because we have taken the coefficient to the power. We have used the property. So it will become how much? I just repeat it again. Log P by 2 lakh is equal to log 25 by 16 because we have squared it. Where is the 2 gone? Power में. Now we can take log on both sides, cut it out, right? Now what's your answer? So your P will be 25 into 2 lakh upon 16, right? Now let's calculate the P value. Let's do it. 4, 5, 50,000 to 25, and then we get here 125. So what do you get here? 312500. So this will be the population coming up later on. So that will be 3 lakh 12,500, right? 3 lakh 12,500. So that much will be the population in 2010. Correct? Let's move on to the next. If the marginal cost of manufacturing a certain food item is given as so and so, find the total cost function. Now, this is a very simple question, right? Based on the economic applications also. So, C dash X is given to you 20.15x. Now, for finding Cx, what are we going to do? We are going to integrate both the sides, right? That's a very simple concept, right? C dash अगर हमें डेरिवेटिव से dc by dx अगर हमें already किया दिया गया है and we can find it. Here the k value is already given to you. Let's use the variable separable form. Nothing with c we have 20.5x dx. Now let's integrate it. So c is 20.5 x square upon 2 plus, let's see the constant c1 here, integration constant because ये हमारा cost function है. Now c0 is 100 because we have to find the value of this constant of integration c1. So c0 is 100. So this is 100 particular solution we are finding basically when x is 0. So c1 is 100. So what is your cost function? 20.15 x square by 2 plus 100. So that's your final answer. Simple question. Just integrate it. Variable separable form लेके आइए and use the particular solution condition. That is, when x is 0, your cost function is 100. And then get your final answer. Let's move on to the next. A bank pays interest compounding continuously, that is, by treating the interest rate as the instantaneous rate of change of principal. Suppose in an account interest occurs at 8% per year compounded continuously. Calculate the percentage increase in such an account over 1 year. And here exponents का value हमें दिया गया है. Now let's calculate this and find out. Now what will be the first equation that we have? So what is given? Interest rate as the instantaneous rate of change of principal. So what are we given? Suppose the principal is P. So dp by dt is जो भी आपका इंटरेस्ट रेट है उसके अकॉर्डिंग योर पी इज चेंजिंग. सिंपल वर्ड. सो आर परसेंट, जैसे अभी हमने फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन किया उसमें 5% था, इसमें 5% नहीं, जो भी रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है उसके अकॉर्डिंग चल रहा है. सो नाउ आर इज कांस्टेंट बट ओके. नाउ लेट्स पुट इट इन द वेरिएबल सेपरेबल फॉर्म. So log p will be r by 100 t plus c. So यार ये हो गया आपका, right? Right? This will be your log p r by 100 t plus c. Now let's use it. Now suppose in an account interest occurs at 8%. अभी उन्होंने आपको कितना दिया है? r 8%. तो हम इसी से पूरा कैलकुलेशन कर लेते हैं. हमारा r हो गया 8%. Now let's calculate the first thing. Suppose p is p0. सो टाइम इज जीरो. इनिशियल कितना है कुछ हमें पता नहीं है, राइट? जस्ट इंक्रीज निकालना है हमको. सो नाउ लॉग पी जीरो is equal to c. We will put t as 0. So that's the first condition. Now we have to move ahead. Calculate the percentage increase in such an account over 1 year. 1 year means t is 1. So t is 1. We have to find p. So log p is 8 by 100 into 1 plus log p0. Okay, that's what we have been given. So p by p0 will be equal to 0.08. Now see, exponent value is given to you. So we will change log into exponents. What's the value? 1.0833. So your new p will be 1.0833 times of the old p. ये आंसर है, बट हमें ये आंसर नहीं चाहिए. हमें ये नहीं बताना कितना प्रिंसिपल हो जाएगा, हमें ये बताना है परसेंटेज इंक्रीज कितना है. नाउ व्हाट्स द फॉर्मूला ऑफ परसेंटेज इंक्रीज? परसेंटेज इंक्रीज का क्या फॉर्मूला होता है? इट्स फॉर्मूला इज इंक्रीज अपॉन ओरिजिनल इंटू 100. इंक्रीज अपॉन ओरिजिनल इंटू 100. नाउ इंक्रीज कितना होता है? द न्यू माइनस ओल्ड. ओके, सो 1.0833 minus p minus p. Okay, p0 minus p0. So here p0 is the original into 100. So 1.0833 1.0833 p0 minus p0 कितना हो जाएगा? 0.0833 p0 upon p0 into 100. So what do you get? 8.33%. This much, by this much percentage it is increased. It has increased in 1 year. It is going to increase in 1 year. Okay, so that is what the formula of percentage increase is. Increase upon original into 100. Let's move on to the next. Now the decay rate. Now here अभी तक सब growth rate आ रहे थे, right? Growth and decay model क्यों बोलते हैं? कुछ चीजें increase होती हैं with time, कुछ चीजें decrease होती हैं. Now this is the decay rate of radium at any time t is directly proportional to its mass at that time. So decay rate. So now dm, suppose we are taking mass, is decreasing, right? Is proportional to m, mass जो है उस time पे. Now as I told you, for decrease we are introducing negative sign. That this will be the only difference, right? So now let's put it in the variable separable form again and integrate it. So log m will be equal to minus kt plus c. Now here we have to find the value of c because no initial thing is given, so we have to just tell find the time when the mass will be halved. Of course कम होगा, डबल तो हो नहीं सकता अभी, तो हाफ होगा. So now first condition, time is 0. So your m is m0, suppose. Initial mass. Okay, m0 is what? Initial mass. So what will be the condition for c? Log m0 is c. This is your first condition. Now let's move on. Mass is halved. मतलब आपका new mass हो जाएगा half of the initial mass. We have to find the time. So log m0 by 2 is equal to minus kt plus c. What is the value of c? Let's put it here, log m0. So what will you get the answer as? Again use the property of log only. It will come here. Correct? So कितने time में वो half हो जाएगा? Now let's move it. Log 1 by 2 minus kt. Now if I take negative side to the other side, see here, it's all about properties of log now. Nothing is going to change. Minus log x कितना होता है? Log 1 by x होता है. I write here. Minus log x is how much? Log of 1 by x. Let me write it more clear. Log 1 by x. Now let's move on with this. So this becomes log 2. So what will t? Log 2 by k. K में आंसर छोड़ना है? Yes. Because we don't know. They have not given us enough information. जितना information हमारे पास था हमने आंसर को solve किया है. So don't worry, you will leave your answer here. K का value के लिए one more condition is supposed to be given which is not given here. So we will leave the answer here. Now experiments show that again it's a question of disintegration. Disintegration means कम होना. So radium disintegrates at the rate proportional to the amount of the radium present at the moment. Its half-life is 1590 years. What percentage will disappear in 1 year? So again percentage decrease निकालना है हमको और values हमें ये put करनी है. Now let's move on. So again we will take dm by dt only and it is proportional to the mass present. Now again we will introduce the constant k which is going to be again negative. Right? Now let's again use the variable separable form. Again integrate both the sides. Correct. Now again take the initial mass when time is 0. So log m0 will be the value of C. Correct? Now let's find the K. So half life means your m0 by 2 will be your mass. Half life. Half life. Time 1590. Here we can find K using this condition. So log m0 by 2 minus K 1590 plus log m0. Let's do it. Log m0 by 2 m0. M0 cancels out, minus K 1590. Again we will take minus sign to this side as we did in the previous question. तो क्या हो जाएगा आपके पास log 2. 1590 will also come this side and that will be the value of K. Just check. So your K value will be log 2 upon 1590. Correct? Now let's move on. How much percentage will disappear in 1 year? Now time is 1 year. Let's calculate the value of mass. So log m is equal to minus k into 1 plus log m0. Now we have to find the value of m. Okay, so let's use the concept of log m by m0. Now minus 1590 log 2, right? Minus k is there. So now we will use exponential because हमें वैल्यू देखिए माइनस लॉग 2 अपॉन 1590 का पूरा एक्सपोनेंट्स का वैल्यू दिया. So m by m0 will be changed to log, from log to exponents. What is this value given to you? 0.9996. So m by m0 is this. So m is 0.9996 m0. Right? Now this is your new m. So you have to find the percentage decrease. So percentage decrease ka formula, we have decrease upon original into 100. What do we have? Decrease upon original into 100. Decrease means you have to subtract the two values now. So m0 minus 0.9996 m0 upon m0 into 100. So what will you get now on subtracting? 1 minus 0.9996. So 0.0004. M0 cancels out into 100. So what's your answer? Your answer is 0.04%. So that's your final answer. 0.04% only will disappear in 1 year because half-life is 1590 years. So in 1 year, 0.04% will disappear. So this is how do we use the given values, and these type of questions you can easily see it. It is solved in parts. So easily very important questions for case studies. Now, the rate of increase of bacteria in a culture is proportional to the numbers of bacteria present, and it is found that the number doubles in 6 hours. Prove that the bacteria becomes 8 times at the end of 18 hours. So, answer आपको prove करना है कि 8 times at the end of 18 hours. Let's use the first condition. So, let's take the number of bacteria as B. So it is proportional to the number present. Let's use the simple condition. Variable separable, introduce the constant k. So log b will be equal to kt plus c. Right? Now we have to find c. Let's take the initial count. So let the bacteria count be b0 initially when time is 0. So your c will become what? Log of b0. Now let's use the conditions. It is found that the number doubles in 6 hours. So B becomes twice of the initial count in 6 hours. So this will help us in finding the value of K. So log of 2B0 is equal to K into 6 plus log B0. Let's use the property of log. So we get log 2 is 6K. Right? So K ka value 1 upon 6 log 2. करेक्ट. नाउ दिस वी विल यूज फॉर द नेक्स्ट कंडीशन. अभी आपके पास दोनों कंडीशंस गिवन है, वी कैन यूज एनी ऑफ देम. Now it becomes 8 times at the end of 18 hours. This we have to show. So let's take 8 times. Time is 18. Okay, that we have to show. So let's take time as missing. So now log 8b0 is equal to 1 by 6 log 2 plus log b0. Okay, now let's move it. Take the terms of log on one side, so it becomes log 8 1 by 6 log 2 into t. Log 8 को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? 2 cube. Okay, 2 cube means we can write it 3 log 2. Log 2 will cancel out, so t is 18. आप t को 18 रख के भी सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, and then you can find the value of b, or I have put the value of v and prove that time is 18 years. So this was the question of proving. Again, this can come as case study, you can miss 18 hours. Okay, now let's move to the next. Radium decomposes at a rate proportional to the quantity of radium present. It is found that in 25 years, approximately 1.1% of a certain quantity of radium has decomposed. Determine approximately how long will it take for one half of the original amount of radium to decompose. Okay, now let's move on. So the radium is given as dr by dt. Again, let's take the count proportional to r. So dr by r is equal to k dt, right? So now log r is kt plus c. Now we have to find c. Again, no, nothing is given, so let's take the r account as r0. Correct? So c will become what? Log r0, because initially the time will be 0. Now let's take up the conditions. 25 years में approximately 1.1% is decreasing. Now let's calculate it. Okay, how will you calculate this value? Because अगर ये value आपने wrong लिया, आगे भी wrong आएगा. Okay, now let's calculate. 1 initially है, suppose I just take you an example, minus 1.1% से कम हो रहा है. So 1 minus 1.1 upon 100. This is what we mean. तो आपका अगर इनिशियल काउंट 1 है किसी चीज का, 1.1 से डिक्रीज हो रहा है, सो दिस इज हाउ वी डिक्रीज. नाउ लेट्स मेक इट 100. राइट, ये हमारे पास कैलकुलेशन है 1.1 डिक्रीज का. नाउ अभी हमने जो इनिशियल काउंट लिया था वो r0 लिया था. सो नाउ योर r हैज बिकम हाउ मच? 0.989 ऑफ r0. अगर 1 का इतना है तो r0 का कितना है? वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई सिंपली. टाइम कितना है हमारे पास? 25 years. नाउ लेट्स फाइंड k. So log 0.989 R0 is k into 25 plus log R0. Sorry. Let's use the property of log 25k. So log of 0.989, ये value आपको given है already. Okay. So no worries for that. K you can easily find, it seems. Okay. ये हम value directly put कर सकते हैं. Now let's find the value. How much will it remain one half? How much time में? Okay. So now let's find for t. T हमें find करना है, and your new radium is half of the previous half life, right? One half of the original amount. Now let's find it out. So log r0 by 2 is decreasing, right? Okay. कि हमें माइनस के लेना है, हम उसको बाद में भी कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो आप यहाँ पे भी कर सकते हैं. ये वैल्यू माइनस के का है. ओके, it doesn't matter, you can introduce it later on also. Okay, now this is minus k t plus log r0. नाउ log 2 का वैल्यू दिया है स्टूडेंट्स, सो log हाफ बन जाएगा ये, एंड दैट इज माइनस के टी. माइनस वी विल टेक दिस साइड, सो दैट्स व्हाई इन दिस क्वेश्चन इज नॉट सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो नाउ लेट्स पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ के हियर. सो हम माइनस साइन को पूरा हटा देंगे एवरीवेयर. सो नो माइनस साइन, वी विल टेक द माइनस साइन हियर ओनली. ओके, नाउ log 2 it will become, because minus sign we have taken to this side. So log 2, and what is the value of k? 1 upon 25 log of 0.989. Now we will put the values of log 2, and log 0.989. So what will you get? 0.6931 into 25 upon 0.01106. If I remove the decimals, one more zero will come in the numerator. So this is the value of t. Now this is the value of t. Let's calculate it. Here we don't have space. Let me calculate in rough. And here, if we calculate, so we will get, we can reduce it by 2 first, and then we can multiply and divide it. So what we will get? 1566.68 years, or 1567 years. So approximately 1567 years. So these were the questions based on growth and decay model, which is important for both maths and applied math students. I hope you all have understood it well. So please like, share, and subscribe.